Hello everyone and welcome to another Daily Illini podcast. Today we will be covering men's tennis. I'm Jeff Ohmer alongside my partner Brett Lerner. And Brett, the Illini on Sunday, March 9th, they had a doubleheader. First starting off with a Big Ten matchup against Purdue, and then ending with an out-of-conference matchup against Detroit Mercy. Specifically speaking about the Purdue matchup, what did you really see from the Illini in this matchup against the Boilermakers?
Well, they performed well, obviously. They won 5-2. First doubleheader of the season and first time they played at home in about a month, a little over a month actually. And there was a huge home crowd for that Purdue match, really impressive. Got an easy win, and they're 2-0 in the Big Ten now. And all their players really stepped up. They're still playing without Jared Hiltzik, their number one singles player. He's out with a wrist injury, a stress injury in his wrist. So all the guys are kind of moved up, and Ferris has really thrived as the number one singles player. And all the guys behind him are really stepping up too. There's still some issues for them to work on. I mean, number 6 in the country is pretty impressive, but Coach Dancer is really quick to point out the flaws in the doubles. He's been pretty consistent with the pairings, but they've had some issues. But overall, they got the doubles point today, which was big. They've got 4 of their last 5, so hopefully they're finding a little rhythm in doubles. And it was an impressive win over an above-average Big Ten competitor.
I definitely think you made a good point with the fans coming out and supporting for the Illini. I think that's something that's very important to have, especially at a home Big Ten match. It's good to have the fan support there and have a lot of people cheering loudly and having an impact on the game. You obviously mentioned Ferris as well. Ferris stepping in and playing a very big role in the replacement of Hiltzik. Not only did he win today's singles match against the Boilermakers, but he was also able to win in singles against the Detroit Mercy opponent as well. In which the Illini won every single point in that matchup against the Mercy. Ferris was also the Big Ten Athlete of the Week last week, which is very notable and I would say pretty honorable mention for him to be.
Yeah, I talked to him earlier today after the Purdue match, and I asked him about it, and he said it's awesome to be honored as Tennis Player of the Week in the Big Ten because it's such a strong conference. It's nice to know that your game's on such a high level, and he's been consistently moving up the national ranks. He started deep in the 40s and 50s. He's all the way up to number 23 already in terms of singles. And he's told me he's happy with where his game's at. Obviously, he's performing well, but he pointed out a few things that he's trying to work on moving forward. And he's playing against really high competition because he's been in that top singles spot. So he might prove to be even more dominant if Jared comes back and plays the 1 spot and Ferris drops down to the 2. Presumably would be playing a little bit of a lesser talented opponent on a day-to-day basis, giving him even more of an advantage.
Yeah, I think the Illini singles is definitely looking very strong, especially with Kempinski. 1-2-3 lineup with Hiltzik, Gossier, and Kempinski is a pretty solid singles lineup right there. Looking forward for the Illini now next weekend. They have another doubleheader on Friday, starting off with USF and then finishing with Pepperdine. Then they also play Baylor there on Sunday evening. Speaking about the Pepperdine matchup, Pepperdine's a pretty big matchup. They played Illinois earlier in the season. Illinois was able to pull off a 4-0 victory over the Pepperdine team. But this match will be televised on ESPN3, and it's a matchup that I would say the Illini are very much looking forward to once again asserting their dominance over their team.
Yeah, we spoke about the crowd they had today. I know the tennis program as a whole is really trying to push this coming match against Pepperdine because of the ESPN involvement. It was also an honor. ESPN only picked a certain amount of teams to host those games, and ESPN chose Illinois, so that was an honor and a testament to the program as a whole. So they're going to try and pack Atkins Tennis Center. But yeah, it's a busy weekend, really good opponents. USF's a solid team, and then Pepperdine's been in the top 25 for most of the season, and as has Baylor. So really good out-of-conference play to break up the start of the Big Ten season for Illinois. So I know they're thinking about trying to get Jared back into the lineup, Jared Hiltzik. He's kind of on a day-by-day basis, just how his wrist feels. That's the sense I got. So we'll see if he returns, but either way, should be a really entertaining and busy weekend coming up next week for the Illini.
Well, it's just another solid week for the Illini tennis team, now ranked number 6 in the country, getting 2 big wins on Sunday against the Boilermakers and then Detroit Mercy. Next week, as we mentioned, they have another big week with 3 matches. towards the weekend. So it should be an exciting week of practice for the Illini, putting in a lot of work and really preparing for those heavy matches towards the weekend. Thanks for joining me, Brett, and thanks for listening in on this podcast. We look forward to coming back and broadcasting to you guys next week. Thanks.